Thank you so much. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Yes. Who rocked out with us last night at Le Poisson Rouge? Let me see. Okay, so that's good. So you rocked out with us, and then you came early in the morning for the session. So thank you for that. So nice to see you all so early in the morning. We rallied, around 8:45? We barely made it, but we're here. My name is Kieran. I grew up in New York City on this very island in Manhattan, and I grew up listening to electronic music, and I loved it. And I was 10 years old and 11 years old, and I started playing the drums. And, I have very, pretty straightforward Indian parents, and so, they're like, this drumming thing is great, but make sure you're getting A's in school. And so the way I was raised was always like the cool stuff, the electronic music, the underground stuff I used to do in New York, playing drums with the DJ, and then my academics, they lived very much on polar opposite sides of the spectrum. And I think part of my journey has been, how do I merge those two? Because I love educating my brain, I love learning from all the people who spoke already on this stage, I love being intellectual, but I also love to listen to good music and to feed the emotional side of things. And I never forget when I was at Georgetown University, that's where I did my undergrad. I was studying math and I was studying women's studies, the feminist that I am and the feminism that I love. And I started playing with Thievery Corporation. Does anyone know the band Thievery Corporation? So they're an electronic DJ duo, and I was playing drums for them at their nightclub, and it was epic. I was so happy, and I would never miss a night. I would never miss a night. I would be studying with my flashcards, like backstage in the green room, and performing. From there, I went on to work at a record label. I spent my time number crunching for Interscope Records. I was their first digital analyst. So I used my math degree in a music context, and that was really the first time I was able to do that. From there, again, the two kind of split, the two paths. One side is, I want to be a leader in the music industry. I want to be an innovator. I want to be a business mind. And then the other side, which is like, damn, all my friends who play drums are touring the world. Like, I want to do that. I've been playing drums for 15 years. I can do that. And it was 2013, and I just kind of sent a message to the universe. And I said, decide for me. It's got to be one or the other. At least that's what I was taught. So I applied to get my MBA, and I got into Harvard. And then I sent a video of myself playing drums to MIA. Do you know MIA? All I wanna do is bang, 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 and take your money. Paper Planes, my favorite. And she responds to me, she's like, yeah, this drumming stuff is badass. Let's go on tour. So I'm in the fall of 2013, and I'm starting my MBA at Harvard. And then I get the tour list from MIA, and I look at it, I'm like, okay, wait a second. Majority of these dates are on the weekend, okay? Majority of these dates are on the weekend, so maybe this can work. And, I didn't tell my dad. My dad funded my MBA. I didn't tell my dad that I was gonna do this tour with MIA. He would have been so mad. He would have been like, hell no. So I remember, I was like, this is gonna work. So I used to go to class, and then I used to travel to Poland, to Japan, to the UK, to Mexico City, to Argentina, to Chile, all across the US, every weekend to play drums for MIA while I would be studying. And for anyone who's done an MBA, like, it's not a fucking joke. I thought it would be a little bit because they act like grad school is like a party thing. But when you're coming maybe from consulting or banking, it's a party. But when you're coming from the music industry, it's hard as hell. So somehow that worked. I graduated. I finished the MIA tour. But I felt like I want more. I want to play music. I have so much passion for gender equality. That's the only thing I care about, for gender liberation. Where's Mandy? Your talk was so good. I really loved it, and I wanted to tell you something. In my internal crew, we have this thing where we say FAGS actually stands for fuck all gender stereotypes. FAGS. I was in Boston I sent another message to the universe. I said, I don't have the tech skill set to make the music that I want, but I know I want it to be innovative. I know I want it to be boundary pushing. I know I want it to be complicated. And I know I want it to be female. And so then Alexia Reiner came into my life. Make some noise for Alexia, for anyone who saw her last night. Alexia is my co-producer. She makes the sounds that you heard last night. She's a badass producer, a sound designer, a film scorer who graduated from Berklee College of Music, and we were both in Boston at the same time, graduating in 2015. So this whole year has been building out these ideas that I've had for so long about what gender liberation and equality means. And she helps make the sounds that bring those ideas to life. So with the remaining time that we have, we're gonna walk you through a song that we premiered yesterday, and it's called Her. Make some noise.
So we actually wrote this song in Oakland during a residency that we did. And we were working on another song and we kind of got burnt out. So we were like, okay, let's look through our set. We have like a huge sample bank of stuff that we've made and kind of hold on reserve. And then we found this sound and we were like, we have to use this. So I will show you, I'll just walk you through each of the sounds that we have. So this first one, we call it Normal Freeze. It's a weird, not important title. Woo! So this sound, this is actually already a chopped up version. But we were like, this sound is amazing. Like, we want to use it. We're going to chop it up. We decided to add a filter to it, you know. Filtering is always fun. So we started with that. That was the first sound that we had. And then Karen was like, okay, obviously we need drums. We need some drum loop. So she came up with this pattern.
Woo!
And then we were like, we both have a love for sub bass. So we were like, okay, it's time to add some low end now.
Exactly.
We were like, we really need to fill this out.
Can the music be a little louder in the house? Is that possible?
And then Kieran decided to lay down a very powerful verse.
If you feel it in the air, then appoint her. If you want me to obey, then I'll join her. Leaving it to them, that disappoints her. We are living in a world that will spoil her. If you feel it in the air.
And then we decided, okay, maybe we should add a bass line as well. Bass is always nice.
Alexia emailed me this bass line.
I actually wasn't sure if she would like it, so I only put it in one section, and she was like, what is wrong with you? Put it during the entire time.
Everywhere!
And then we took maybe a few hours away from the song, and she was like, okay, Alexia, do your weird sound design stuff that you do. And so then I came back with a sample of Kieran's voice. And just so you can hear what it sounds like alone. So this is, I basically took Kieran's voice from a previous song that we wrote together, chopped it up, added a ton of reverb, warped it a bit, you know, did all the cool nerd stuff. Pitch shifted it a little just to make it a little more inhuman. And then, you know, it created a really nice layer for the track.
And, you know, with that, it's really important that we talk all the time. How do you feminize and humanize electronic music? Because so many of the times when I listen to electronic music, whether it's EDM or sort of low tempo kind of stuff, it doesn't have the human soul in it. And that's something that we wanted so badly for our sound, so that when you hear a Madam Gandhi song, you know it's Madam Gandhi. And moreover, are you about to drop it? Oh God. We're missing the drums on the stage, but for those of you who came last night, you know. All right, pause it for 1 second. So the thing here that's really was tough for us was we have this really soft, lovely sound that she made out of my vocals. And then we have this very kind of intense, electronic, very mechanical siren sound that's very aggressive, especially during that drop. We're like, do these two belong in the same song? And then we realized, of course they do. So many times, all of us, whatever gender that we identify with, have such a full range of emotions, whether it's wanting to go crazy and party and jump around, versus whether it's wanting to be soft and vulnerable and feminine at that moment. And so we were like, this song is perfect, and Her was born. So thank you so much for listening. We're Madam Gandhi. You can find that track online. Cheers.